Alright boys, today we're going to be building the LEGO Jurassic Park T-rex Rampage. I think this set is a few years old now because it came out in 2018, but it's still a really cool set and I wanted it and I didn't have the money in 2018, but now that I do, I think it's a great time to buy it and build it. It's 3,120 pieces, which is now my most pieces in a LEGO set. My second most was Destiny's Bounty here, which is about 1,700. But it's definitely a lot bigger build, and I think it'll take me a lot longer to make. As you can see on the back of the box, it has inside of the gate the scenes from the movie. I really like the fact that it had all these scenes, even though none of them took place in the gate, or else it would be a little plain for the gate build part of the set. That's just about it for the box. Now let's unbox this. I'm going to need my knife back now. More LEGO bags. Here we have the really big instruction book. Actually, the really big 2 instruction books. And the stickers. Now that we have all 32 or so bags off to the side, I think I'm going to start building the set. I'm probably not going to build it all at once, but what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to be building the dinosaur probably one day and then the gate another day. But it'll all be in the same video, don't worry. Let's get started. Alright boys, it's been about 4 days since I finished building the set. I don't know why it took me so long to do the review, but I'm here now. One thing that I definitely realized is that the set is a lot bigger than I thought it would be. It's very impressive that they were able to fit all this into the box, even though it is a rather large box. I was surprised by how big the gate was. I was expecting the dinosaur to be about this size, but the gate is a lot bigger than I thought. I made sure to keep everything that was used for the set, including the extra pieces, the pieces of paper, and even the bags, which I have in a trash bag right here. There are a lot of bags. First off, we have the minifigures. There's nothing much special about them except they're all the characters from Jurassic Park. I do like the fact that most of them have changeable heads, which lets me get them in different scenes of the movie. It also has a little plaque here about all the information about the actual dinosaur. I would have loved it if they also had information about the set, but I know that this is how LEGO does these things, so I have nothing to complain about there. Next, we have the gate, which I do believe is pretty impressive in both size and in detail. It has a moving gate that rolls with the help of some Technic bricks. On the inside, it has a lot more detail. Now, none of this was actually on the inside in the actual film, but I do think that it's still cool to have, as we have all the people here, so we could still use it as if that it were these scenes. And finally, we have my favorite part of the set, the T-Rex himself. Now, there are a lot of things about the T-Rex that I both enjoy and a few that I don't. One thing that I do enjoy, but I might not be showing, is the fact that he has a small frog inside of him, which they use to make up for the missing DNA in order to make the T-Rex. I didn't know that until I looked through the book and saw it, and then I looked it up. At least I learned something new. His tail is posable back and forth, but it's not up and down. At the very end, it's up and down, but that doesn't really make a difference. The reason I think they did it back and forth is because if it was up and down, it would be too heavy in order to hold itself up. I have no problem with this because I'd probably just use it like this if I'm making a stop motion anyways. The only problem I could have is that if I'm trying to stand him up, he doesn't go as far as I would like. If his tail's hanging off my desk or if it's curved like this, he can stand up higher, but otherwise, he can't really stand up that high. My next thing is his feet. Now, they do definitely look like very big feet compared to the rest of the model, and I understand that that's for stability, so that completely makes sense. One thing that I don't like is that the toes are 2 bricks, which means that you can separate his toes apart from each other. Like here, they can be completely 2 different bricks. I don't know what brick they would have used, but they probably could have figured it out. His head is probably one of my favorite parts because it's just so detailed. Although his jaw does have an overbite when you open it because the connecting piece isn't in the right place. The place where his jaw connects to his head should be about a ½ an inch higher. So then when he opens his mouth, the jaw is a little farther in. He's also very stable for his size and he doesn't fall over easily. His neck can also go up. Sometimes it wants to pull itself back down, but it will hold for a little bit. If I shake him, that one normally falls, but it isn't right now because it doesn't want to. His hands are very similar to the movie. I did think that he had more fingers, but after looking over it, this is the amount of fingers he had. They're way smaller than I thought, but I understand that this is the T-Rex, and that's how he's supposed to be. Okay, now something that I did just notice is that he does have ankle joints that can move back and move around. I had no idea that that was a thing on him. I built him, and I didn't even know about that, so that's kind of... I don't know why they have that, because I don't know what posing use he would have, unless he was maybe, you know, like that. I don't know how he would hold himself up. I guess that's another cool thing. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you'd know that I do have some big mocks and mechs that I like to use in my stop motions. One of my favorite is Godzilla. And after building the T-Rex, I realized that though Godzilla is a nice big mech, he's a lot smaller than I thought. And I'm still going to be using him for my videos. And I'm going to be using the T-Rex, which will be a lot harder to make in the videos because of how heavy it is. It's at least like 3 or 4 times heavier than Godzilla, which isn't 3 or 4 times smaller. I also have the normal Jurassic Park T-Rex, which is right here. As you can see, he's also a lot smaller when compared to this guy. And I do think that it's definitely my favorite set. That's all for the video today. Please consider subscribing. It really helps out the channel. And if you have any video ideas for me, also please comment it down below. Thanks for watching. Bye.